JEM is my name, no one else is the same. JEM is my name. JEM.
Before I get into the rest of the show, I really want to comment on the Glitter and Gold song. I like it. Good song. I really like the chord build on the harmony parts.
Here comes gold, glitter and gold. Here comes gold, glitter and gold. Here comes gold, glitter and gold.
And wow, that's a C6 on the end there. And that is a clear C6. Granted, that it's a mix of head voice and the whistle register, but solid. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, JEM's singing voice hit a very high note, and she did it very clearly. And I'm impressed. So, this is an episode that's both pretty great and pretty frustrating. Because you think finally Jerrica is going to hash things out with Rio as far as the whole JEM thing goes. Turns out the Holograms haven't really done any shows or albums or anything in a while, mainly because Jerrica is kicking herself in the butt for lying to Rio about also being JEM. And so she talks to Synergy about it, and Synergy says, gee, I wish there was something I could do to help. Well, you know, Synergy, you're the one who's telling her don't reveal the secret to anybody, which, I mean, she didn't specifically say Rio, but it's implied, I suppose. And Jerrica says, I know what you can do. You can create a hologram of Rio that I can practice with. So make him a realistic hologram, and will react just the way Rio would, so I can practice telling him the truth. Synergy says, okay. And Jerrica says, and so hologram of Rio, and Jerrica says, Rio? Yes, Jerrica. I'm also JEM, Showtime Synergy. And Rio, hologram Rio reacts, you deceived me! You lied to me. I hate liars. I despise all deception. You are pond scum to me. Die! And I'm thinking, golly, Synergy, that's a true or not, that's a little harsh. I don't think Jerrica's gonna work up the nerve to actually talk to him now. Maybe that's her grand plan. Kimber's still dating Jeff, the stunt guy from episodes 6, 7, and 8, the Starbright trilogy. The stunt dude. He dyed his hair black, because I think he was blonde in the original one, so he pulled a zipper and dyed his hair. So anyway, Kimber is hanging around somewhere, and Rio says, hey, Kimber, here's a guy. I'm just going to introduce him to you right now because I know you're just going to grab him later. So let's just, save time. Here's the guy. And she's like, date! Saturday at 6! Okay. But she's also got a date with Jeff, stunt guy Jeff, Saturday at 8 or 6 or whatever. So she accidentally made a date with two different people at the same day, same time. Oops. So... Despite Synergy's practice session, Jerrica... that was a tough voice to actually do. Jerrica decides, I need to tell Rio. So she sits him down outside. And meanwhile, inside, Jeff comes over, and Kimber says, hey, wait in the room, I'll be right down. And then other dude shows up, and Shayna or Aja, one of them, says, hey, wait in there. And the two dudes come at each other and they're like, what are you doing here? It's like, here to date Kimber. What are you doing here? I'm here to date Kimber. We must fight! And they get into a fist fight, and the camera cuts to outside, and Jerrica's about to tell Rio, I have something to tell you, and I want you just to listen to the whole thing and stuff. And he goes, okay. Rio, and then the two dudes break through the plate glass window. Well, it's not plate glass, but it's a framed window. So they go through the window and through like a trellis and start rolling between Jerica and Rio. And like, oh, dudes, what's going on? And it's like, I was here to date Kimber at 6. And the other guy was, I was here to date Kimber at 6. Kimber's like, I'm sorry, I forgot I already set up a date for other guy at 6. And Rio says, liar! You horrible deceiver! I hate people like you! You worthless hunk of slime! It's like, Jesus, Rio. Enhance your calm, John Spartan. And so both of the dudes are like, well, I'm not dating Kimber anymore. And the other dude, I'm not dating Kimber. We're going to go date each other. And they leave. And Kimber's like, more where that came from. So, I don't know what the hell Rio's talking about, because she didn't lie or deceive either of them. You can date more than one person. I never got the... If she said to either of them that they were going steady, that was not clear to me as a viewer, so Kimber did nothing wrong here. Kimber, you can date as many people as you want. But yeah, if you tell a dude you're going steady with the dude, then, you know, go steady with the dude. But so far as I know, you didn't say that. You just said, hey, date at 6. So, gentlemans, if you go over to pick up your date and she says, dude, I am so sorry, I totally forgot I had already made a date with another dude at 6, be like, well, okay, how's Sunday work? Or Friday or next week? It's cool. People can date more than one person at the same time. Stop being twits about it. Well, so Jerica says, well, golly, gosh, Rio, that was harsh. And Rio says, yeah, I know, but... Liar! I hate liars! Oh, I want to rip open her torso and pull out her guts and go... Liars! God damn, Rio. Rio, is there something you want to talk about? Is there some childhood trauma that you've not gotten past? Do you need to talk to somebody, Rio? Because, I mean, me personally, here, me, Andrew, speaking, I have a problem with liars, too. You know, honesty is something that I value the most, you know, above pretty much anything else. So, yeah, I have no patience for liars and deceivers either, but at least I don't kick an innocent plant, Rio. That poor plant. What did the plant do to you, Rio? Jesus. And because Rio... Dude, Rio. Dude. So, yeah, the Jerica and Rio thing seems to be a little testy. You know, I don't know if I'd be more upset with Rio for blowing up at my sister for dating more than one dude, or being a dipstick and yell, liar, deceiver, or kicking my plant. It's like, stupid plant, and kicks the plant. Just, I bet this plant lies too. Lying plant? Deceiver plant? Kick. Poor plant. So the main plot of the episode is, of course, another competition between the Misfits and JEM and the Holograms. They both put out new albums, and whoever sells more by the end of the episode, they get a car. Which has a JEM hood ornament, so, you know, it's probably going to go to the Holograms. So they, you know, record a new song and put out a new album, and JEM is working at the studio late at night, like midnight, and Rio comes in. He says, hey, Jerica, what you doing? She's like, I got to deliver these because I promised I would, and I don't break promises because I'm not a liar or a deceiver. Yeah, I see what you're doing there, Jerica. And he's like, oh, well, that's good. Here, let me help. And she's like, no, I don't need any help from you. And Rio, you did kind of, you kicked her plant, Rio. You kicked her plant. That's, now I'm not saying there's no forgiveness for you, Rio, but You kicked a plant, Rio. An innocent plant, and this may take some time. So he patronizes her and says, "It's midnight, you can't go alone in a car." But Eric Bad Guy, excuse me, he did hire some goons to, I guess, destroy all the records, so they run her off the road in a pretty nice crash. And Jerica's sitting behind the wheel, and she flips out. She kicks the door open and slamming the door into one guy, and then she kicks another guy. And that's about as far as it gets before she gets grabbed by dudes who are much bigger than him. And then Rio comes in and, threatens them with a baseball bat, and they run off. And they make up. It's like, "Rio, you followed me." He's like, yeah. I may lose my temper and kick innocent plants, but I still care. Oh, Rio. Oh, Jerica.
So do I.
Oh, kissy kissy. So I guess these two crazy kids are gonna be okay. Except there's still that JEM thing between them. Yeah, the holograms win. Whatever. And Rio and JEM smooch at the end. It's like, I'm still gonna do the headcanon thing where Rio knows that Jerica is JEM and is just... He's still upset about it because she's actively lying to him about it, and that's why he's blowing his top, because she won't come clean.
Keep your secrets. I've had enough.
But my headcanon is he knows, which is why he's comfortable smooching JEM. It makes me happier to think that that's what's actually going on, rather than Rio being a hypocritical two-timing jerk. Because, golly gosh, Rio, if you don't know that JEM and Jerica are the same person and you're smooching both, then that would make you a liar and a deceiver. And if you were a plant, I'd kick you.
Well, we still sold 500,000 records. Oh, they won!